Greetings, fellow duplicants, Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Oxygen Not Included Volcanea, Episode 32, Gas Tanks. Can the unmined bleachstone outgas like Oxalate can? No, it doesn't. It's inert until you mine it. Thankfully, because if the biomes like this were bleachstone with bleachstone walls, the walls would like decay and eventually create an enormous amount of chlorine. Depending on map RNG. So you can imagine, like, if there was bleachstone instead of abyssalite here, or if this algae was bleachstone, it would outgas and then eventually it would decay and vacuum itself out, destroying itself. Crops are wilting because of body temperature, because it's too hot. Alright. Oh, mighty Wheezeworts. Looks like the Hydrogen Jenny Wheezeworts I can relocate very safely. And I had never even put the other Wheezewort down that I meant to. Alright, that should help. Nothing like having our food source disappear because of heat. Glad I caught that little warning. Cheers. Quarter's coming pretty good. It's gonna take a while for me to vacuum it out, though. That's gonna be a little annoying, and also maybe tidy it up because I don't want all this stuff. Well, I guess this stuff's fine. Once I want to get rid of it, I can just have it drop, and it will drop down. Some of it will drop all the way down to here, which is a little weird, but yeah, whatever. That's what I get for a giant vertical corridor. Wait, how do I have more Wheezeworts? I don't understand, but okay, that's fine. I'll put a plant here. Some of this heat could also just be the oxygen coming off the electrolyzers are a little hot, and we don't temperature treat that. But that may or may not be the case, I'm not sure. So the bleachstone has been tidied up. We have 159 kilograms of it stored in liquid, so it won't cause problems. The other thing I might do in this spot is actually force the gases out into vacuum, so that we can remove all the unwanted gases from this a little quicker. I took 2 Wheezeworts from the hydrogen generator. Yeah, but I put 1, 2, 3, 4 of them down. So I removed 2, had an extra, and then I had 4 as a result. I'm sure I'm just like missing something, but it seems I don't understand the math. I don't mind. I don't care. Extra Wii Sports. Fine by me. If I was playing for myself, I would have like gone for every Wii Sport on the map because I'm not using Spaced Out, so Wii Sports are just like free air conditioning as long as you have phosphorite. Which is pretty incredible. Alright, what temperature is the petroleum here? It's still hot. But it's totally fine for more processes. Another thing that I'm going to need is refined carbon. I'm running out of refined carbon for steel, so that's the next thing. So I'll do another run of iron to iron ore to iron here, and then refined carbon. It is also getting kind of hot in the ranch, too. So this is the state change map, showing you how fast things are changing, and it seems like the temperature here is stable. So the heat that I have isn't like a sudden influx. But I would like to bring those temperatures down at some point. But it probably would mean adding the other ATN to the loop and then, like, chilling our oxygen. Oh, good! It's actually vacuum up here. That's perfect. I don't need to do the whole tunnel. I was thinking I would need to do the whole tunnel, but nope. That's very convenient. Well, we are getting somewhat close. Oh, that brine's gonna freeze off. We're getting somewhat close to having the corridor all finished up. So what I'm gonna do is refund everybody that had made viewer submitted ideas and take suggestions, because that corridor is almost done. All that's really left to do is to wall this up after we do some sweeping. I'll sweep that up. Wall this up, let this all outgas to vacuum. And then once it outgasses to vacuum, open this up, race. Actually, open that up, let the hydrogen just, like, go out to space. And then, you know, drywall it here. Come on, Brian. I believe in you. Stay warm. Don't die on me, Brian. Okay. The bristle blossoms are blossoming again. The problem we had has been mostly mitigated. The gases in this region are outgassing. So, given enough time, this will become vacuum. And I suppose, while I wait for that, I could actually just set up the fire pole. Something to work on. And one of the reasons why I'm putting insulated tile in there is so that, you know, I can start installing things on the other side. Because the other thought is I could stick a gas pump in here, power that up, and speed up the process. Printable. Okay, doctoring and digging. Nope. Cook, doctor, supply. No. Research, ranch, farm. Oh, but anemic. I was going to say yes, but anemic is horrible. So, give me the seeds. Boring seeds. All right, you guys suggested so many different goals. So, let's start voting on them, I guess. It'll take me a minute to type them up and summarize. But I like the enthusiasm. Set up air conditioning. Explore points of interests and fossils. Capture natural gas. Jackie Chan, I'm not really sure I understand your goal. Build a water steam room. Build the space suit dock. Fix the power distribution. Get more Wheezeworts. Make a new farm. Build a second ranch. So I tried to combine and summarize. So you might not see your exact idea on this, either because I didn't understand or because it was very similar to someone else's. Did my best to kind of condense them. So thank you for that. And you're voting on what is next. Oh, geysers going. Good, good, good. Because my hydrogen tanks were a mite bit low. Alright, so the millward here is becoming too hot as well. I'm just going to uproot this one and replace it with a Wheezewort. Hey, bud. You should have said build a block brick, but it might be too early for that. Yeah, it's definitely too early to like play with magma, I think. I think that's what you mean. What was I doing? Oh, I was looking for a Wheezewort that I could use to help with the ranch heat. Oh, I also forgot. I have another oxyfern to put in. Oh, something that would be good is to replicate the same settings that we have here. We have a atmo sensor so that we don't bother pumping in really thin, we don't bother pumping in really thin gases. So I'll do that as well. Because if you take a look at what's in the pipes, it's barely any hydrogen. So it's kind of not worth the effort. Make that little fix. So what do you say, if it was a green signal, if it's above 500? Yeah. Alright, and air conditioning will be our next goal. Got it. Cool. Pun intended. So there's just to talk about like air conditioning as a general concept, there's varying different complexities to it. One really easy one is just to radiant ventilation your oxygen in a cold biome, slowly melting the cold biome, but like kind of getting AC for free until the cold biome disappears. That would be the very, very easy way. Because, right, like, there are certain sections of this map which are horrendously cold, right? Have massive cold biomes. And if we just radiant pipe the air that the oxygen that we generate through the cold biomes, then, you know, it's not something we really have to worry about. But that's probably not what you mean, I'd imagine. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to set up a way to use the ATNs, so that the ATN, maybe this other ATN, well, so here's my thinking. I can set up the other anti-entropy thermonullifier to try to have the room... I can do one of two ways. To try to have the room be very temperate, to be like roughly, let's say, 23 Celsius or so, where there's a lot of radiant piping, or a lot of radiant ventilation that equalizes with the room, so that the oxygen that we have is a comfortable room temperature. So that's one way to do it. Another way is to set up the anti-entropy thermonullifier to have a very cold room, and then to run the oxygen in a loop until it hits the correct temperature, and then once it hits the right temperature, dump it to a tank. So there's two different ways to solve it, or at least there's 100 different ways to solve it, but those are the two that I thought of now. So which way to set up air conditioning? Have a temperate room with radiant vents to equalize the O2 temp, or have automation to loop oxygen in a cold room to chill. Both ways aren't like necessarily equally useful, but whatever. I don't, you know, they're two very novel ways to do it. All right, so now we're making it a little bit faster, where we are actually actively dumping the gases in here out. Everything that needs to be swept, I think, has been swept. Yep, that officially it has. So I'm going to cap it off, so I don't have to dump the gases left of this wall. Whoa, the hydrogen tanks are filling up fast. How big is this room? Okay, I could stick another hydrogen generator in here to accommodate the you know, we're using more and more power up as we go, but because I'm doing my oxygen through electrolyzers that makes hydrogen, and have two hydrogen vents that are tapped, I have a lot of hydrogen, so I might as well like use what I have, I think. Oh god, don't build on that side. Come on now. Brain, glitch, brain. Oh, no, dead Dodo, whatever you're doing. There we go. Okay, so they almost built themselves into a sarcophagus, but luckily they did not. So once this becomes vacuum, we will knock out this abyssalite, and then we'll have a clear corridor, as you can see, from our starting center biome all the way to the gravitas building, which is pretty cool. And it has the room to also set up transport tubes, which I intend to use. I'll have a transport tube that will carry people from maybe roughly around here all the way up to space, and then or up to the refinery room. You know, one or the other, to really speed up going up. Going down, I don't really care. We'll have a fire pole, so that will be fast. All right, so you guys want an automatic loop, or a loop with automation in a chill room. Got it. which definitely has us tapping the other AATN, for sure. But I'm not going to be working on that. Well, actually, you know what? I might as well start, because there's really not else for me to do at the moment. So, for that, we're going to want a liquid lock, and I'm oddly going to put my liquid lock in here, because I can't put the liquid lock right here, because that's where the ATN is. The other thing with air conditioning is my oxygen is being stored here, and this is nowhere near where I need it. There's going to be a lot of lime. Operating and suit wearing, rock fan, and yokel. You're not terrible. But no, I'm going to go with the lime this time. I think if I'm going to consider adding another dupe, I need more food production. My kcals are going down, down, down. Alright, the other thing I'm going to need for this is to store natural gas. I need to put the natural gas somewhere, because I'm going to need more petroleum for the liquid locks, and I literally don't even have anywhere to put the natural gas. So that's a little tricky. What I could do... Oh, working in this room is going to suck. What I could do is actually just store the natural gas in tanks in where the geyser is. I don't love that idea. I'd rather have the natural gas be stored beyond a liquid lock, so that the people that go to do maintenance in the room is suit protected. I could I'm trying to think. So this is slime, but it's not germy. Yeah, I don't know. I could stick it here and just get rid of this section of, and have another, like, mini-suit dock to natural gas storage area. Something like this, where we store 4 tanks of natural gas. And then, like, right here have the liquid lock that, like, drops in from the roof, maybe? Something like that. I think that's what I'll do. It's not super sexy, but it's gonna be easier for me to accomplish that with less effort. It doesn't store this natural gas that close to where the geyser is, but, like, whatever. Alright, we're getting pretty vacuumed here. How much is pulling on this line? 490, 250, so it's a lot is plugged into this line, but it's actually not loaded, which is good. Okay. I know this seems like it has nothing to do with air conditioning, but it's because if I want to tap the AATN, I need more petroleum. If I want more petroleum, I need to put the natural gas somewhere, and, you know, I don't have anywhere to put the natural gas, so it all is somewhat interrelated. Oh, pea water. This pea water will freeze. So then the eventual idea is to have a suit checkpoint here. Like that. Where this is a suit check, and then we can go into the natural gas. Perhaps, yeah. And then if I want, like, natural gas power generation, I could kill more of the cold biome to put it in here as well. It wouldn't be great for the person running the tune-ups, but I need space. And right directly around my starting area, there's really not a lot of space to move into. Like, I could move this way, but, like, I'm kind of surrounded by slime. You know, if you take a look, slime up, slime right, slime left, slime down. There's just not a lot of good space for me to, like, set up industries, which is why I have to do it so far flung from the base. However, with transport tubes, the commute times will be mitigated considerably. It's vacuum. It is vacuum, vacuum, vacuum. So I'm going to turn off this gas pump. And then the first thing I want people to do once I break into the corridor, because the corridor is still my primary goal, is to drywall. And I'll just do standard gravitas style drywall. Maybe put the suit check one higher so I could do a P-trap. That is a wise idea. I don't really... I mean, it's a wise idea. I don't see a situation where my duplicants are, like, hanging out in a natural gas storage area for very long. That would be really weird. But it's still a good idea. So once I have this copper ore swept up, the hydrogen is the first to, if you take a look at the gas overlay, the hydrogen is the first to sort of, like, disappear. So I can actually wait until all the hydrogen's gone, and then wall it up. Because right now I'm just losing hydrogen, and that's fine, because I don't want hydrogen in it anyway. May you ask, why not lock it off permanently? I might want to make changes to it. As soon as you are permanently disabling access to something, if you ever want access to it again, you're running into a situation where you've kind of screwed yourself. So I like to leave myself some room and options so that I don't get permanently screwed. Bye-bye, hydrogen. Man, that was the easiest way to get rid of the hydrogen ever. And come on, hydrogen, find the hole. I might need to get rid of that. Nope, it's gone. Okay, cool. So we have got the full corridor to space. Lovely. So now I just have to plug this up so we don't keep losing oxygen. But given that my oxygen tanks are probably full, losing oxygen's not super concerning. And I can start pressurizing it kind of immediately. Thank you, dead dodo. You all right? How cold is my coolant? Alright, my refinery needs to chill a little bit. I actually regret one little thing, which is to not leave a gas vent here. So I'm going to put that back in. The reason being, I'm going to have this room be natural gas as well, through like a liquid lock. So the room will be full of natural gas, and then the tanks will be full of natural gas. So doing that, I need to vent out the oxygen that's in here. But it's useful to be able to dump things to space if I need to. So this here will just be a gas vent to space if I ever need to get rid of unwanted gases. It'll have it run along the ladder, so it's less ugly. And I think eventually this ladder will, like, get knocked out anyway. Glitch, what are you doing? What are all of you doing? Yeah, I'm not going to pretend I know what that was. That kind of looked like the I need to pee dance, you know? When you're like, oh god, I gotta go. That's what it looked like to me. No dead dupes yet? Doesn't seem right. I know, right? It's like I'm being too careful or something. Oh, there's the egg. Well, I needed more food. It's a spicy tofu. I don't know why I said that in a seemingly Italian accent. Or a poor attempt of one, I should say. You know what I realize is I could actually recover some of the petroleum I used up here. Mop it up and put it back. So we do have a little bit of polluted oxygen floating around. Nothing that concerns me. It's not germy. It's just germ potential. But yeah, this whole corridor is oxygenated and kind of I mean, it's chilly a little bit. But it's, no, actually, it's only chilly right around the refinery. Or right here, there's like a cold spot. And given the heat of my that the oxygen that I'm generating, all I have to do to fix the cold spot is to stick a gas vent in there, and it'll get fixed pretty quick. So the other thing I wanted to do is to put a liquid lock in here. So we'll have a liquid lock lead to a entirely made out of natural gas area. This project's going slow, but it just takes a while to get through the suit check. Man, that really looks like hydrogen, but it's not. Doesn't that have like a pinkish hue? Oh, it also wouldn't be a terrible idea, sorry, Gravitas desk, to actually go fully into the Gravitas building and start to pressurize it, because why not? disgruntled employees. Yada, yada, yada. Lacks demolition skill. Oh, yeah, that's a new thing, isn't it? Demolition's up there. Who has the most morale? Who wants to know how to demolish? So glitch, but you already have a lot of responsibilities. Badger is our mechatronics engineer. I'll just give you that. Dead Dodo. It might be you. There we go. So Dead Dodo is really close to his maximum morale, meaning that I'm gonna be careful with his mood. I'll just keep a close eye on that. Oh god, look at this. Look at this mess. This project blew out of scope, didn't it? But, yeah, the Gravitas room is getting pressurized, breathable. So it's technically part of the base now, which is kind of funny. Blow up the desk. But it's also a very high decor room, I think, right? Because the Gravitas, yeah, it's a pretty high decor room. So if we incorporate it into part of our suit check, you know, it's kind of nice. And I'm totally not reading anything here, because I've read all these like 1,000 times. All right. We don't need broken elevators. Might as well go up to the top floor. Alright, back to the project. So the corridor is done. I can get that off of my list. Build air conditioning, capture natural gas. So believe it or not, this is what this is. And I think most of the other things I'm working on are kind of like done now, so... Oh, whoops. So I say that because we should be able to make more progress here now that my duplicants are free. So other than the P-trap flooring for the suit check, I'll put that in. This looks pretty good. And I'm not putting in the last tank here because I want to put, well, actually, I could put 2 gas pumps in. And if I'm smart, I would have airflow tiles in here to increase the total volume of the room instead of the insulation tiles. Why did that? I do not know. And now we can actually use our dump to space tube, right? So once these plugged in, vent everything out and dump it all to space. The other thing I want to do is have a high pressure gas vent here. Because what I'll do is, well, I want to fill the tanks, but I also want to fill the room itself as like an overflow, but prefer to have the gas in the tanks. So the high pressure vent will be for once the tanks are full, but I'll put that in now anyway. It might be faster to... because we're only really going to a cold biome, and it's kind of fine, to disable the suit dock and allow them to just traverse without it. So I'm going to have the 2 dupes that are currently wearing suits just dump their suits. Because this will speed this up, because there's nothing inherently dangerous about this cold biome. I'll rack the suits back if I want them. But this will help to finish the project a lot faster. Or alternatively, I could actually just put the insulin tile here and then keep the suit dock enabled. So if we're going into this cold biome, we still wear suits. I think that makes the most sense. Thank you for tuning in to Oxygen Not Included, which originally streamed live on Twitch July 20th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my gaming community, Rhadamant.com also has a link to Discord, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you on next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow duplicates.